Hi everybody and welcome to Jobs in Showbiz. My name is Olivia Gudaniec and today we're here with Nate on the camera truck.
Hello.
Hey everybody, thanks for having us here.
No problem.
So the camera truck's really cool. We'll be sure to give you guys a quick little view in a little bit. So Nate here is a second camera assistant, so pretty much he has to make sure everything runs smoothly. No pressure, right?
No pressure.
But he's got a really cool story. He moved his family from Nova Scotia and now they are in Toronto pursuing your dreams.
Yeah.
So I guess I could try to explain it to you guys, but since we got the real guy here, let him explain his journey and how you felt about making such a move, and I guess how things are going here now.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Yeah.
And yeah, I lived in Halifax my whole life, and working in film was always a dream, so I was able to do that in Halifax by joining the camera union, the 667, and they have a trainee program that I joined up, and I worked on shows. There were some events that happened in Nova Scotia with the government that made it harder to find work for a lot of people, to whether they want to stay there in Halifax or move and find work somewhere else. So myself, I thought Toronto had better opportunities, and it's actually worked out quite well. So I made the move, and I've been working steady for the last year and a half.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it's been good. I mean, I do miss Halifax.
Well, it's your home, right?
Yeah, I do miss it.
So pretty much what happened there was that the government, they didn't eliminate, but they decreased the tax credits, so productions weren't coming out to Nova Scotia as much as they were in the past couple of years.
Yeah, they changed the structure from what it was, and a lot of producers were hesitant to use the new structure because they knew the other one and how it worked. So for at least that year and a half, a lot of productions moved away and went somewhere else because of the uncertainty of the industry, and a lot of companies were closing down shop and people were moving away, so there's a lot of instability, and it drove people away.
You made the right decision for you guys.
Yeah.
So you did the camera trainee program you
Yes.
mentioned. Do you want to tell us a little bit about it? How much it cost you, how long it was, what you wish you knew before you started? Pretty much the 101 for our newcomers that want to join the camera team.
Yeah, the camera trainee program is really the best way to get involved in camera department if that's what you're interested in. You can contact IATSE 667's office and look for applications and whatnot to sign up. I believe, in Toronto there's obviously a lot more people that want to get in, so it might be a little harder, a little longer wait, but the productions here are growing every year, so there's never a shortage of need for trainees. So it doesn't really cost you anything to get in, but you are paid minimal for your time on set, but it's there for the experience that you gain.
Of course, invaluable.
Yeah, you're put into super productions that, there's tons of experience, huge shows, and you're thrown right into it, and there's nothing more valuable than being on set and watching it happen and learning from people that have been doing it. So
for sure,
it's definitely worth it. There are other routes, I guess, to get where you want to go. There's really no set path when it comes to the film industry, I find. But the trainee program, it's something that I wish I knew about earlier in my career. I was shown it by someone who, I really appreciate it, and I wish I kind of knew about it earlier. But it's definitely been invaluable, and I've learned a ton. I've worked with tons of different crews from, all across Canada.
Amazing.
So yeah, it's
so pretty much
a good way to
it's
go.
an application, and then is there like an in-class portion, and then, or you're sent right out to set?
Yeah, there's an application, then they bring you in, and there's usually an orientation on what to be expected of you on set, and I took a set etiquette class, so
okay, that's great.
yeah, things that help you get around on set if you've never been on set. Like there's always a first time on set.
Yeah.
And you kind of want to be in the know of what's going on, so they kind of help you with that before they send you out. And then it's just a rotation with other trainees.
And the typical time for a trainee on each show is 5 weeks?
Yeah, about 5 weeks.
Okay,
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Excellent. So now Nate is going to show us some lenses.
Yeah.
And let's see what we learn.
So these are the lenses we're working with on this movie. We have a couple sets of lenses. We have some newer ones, older ones, some zooms. These are just prime lenses. Prime lenses mean they have one specific focal range, and this is a 75 mil. It's labeled here, and then you have two other main numbers on a prime lens, which is your focus. So all these numbers are feet.
Which is controlled by somebody else.
Yeah.
On big shows anyways.
Well, yeah, most shows, big shows with a first assistant will control the focus of the lens, among other things, but
right.
keeping the shot in focus by turning the focus wheel will keep things sharp, and that's one of his main jobs. The second set of numbers here is your f-stop, t-stop, and they range from a low number, like this one is a 2.3. The lower the number, the more light can get into the lens.
So if it's darker, you want a low number.
Yeah.
Got it.
The higher numbers go up to 22, and it's rarely used that high in our type of
22,
work.
wow.
Yeah. It's basically black, very dark, unless you're in bright sunlight, obviously.
So if you're shooting a horror movie,
yeah,
you may want to consider it.
More expensive lenses will go even lower than 2.3. We have some 1.3s on this show, and it just helps in really low light situations to be able to see in darker scenarios. So it's set by the director of photography, and he monitors that by adding light or taking away light and getting the stop that he wants.
And what's the brand of these lenses? Like, is there, each movie uses Cine lenses? I've heard that.
Yeah, these would all be Cine lenses. This is a company called Cook, and they make lots of different lenses. These lenses are actually very old in the glass. The glass is extremely old, and then they take the glass and put it in a new housing.
Oh, cool.
So
that's quite interesting.
Yeah, it's all in.
They're huge.
Yeah.
Like, literally, they look big.
Yeah, there are even bigger ones and smaller ones. We are using another set of old lenses, and they're much smaller than these. But yeah, it's really how the director of photography wants the image to look in the lenses that he chooses.
And now for the grand finale. If there was another job you could do on set, what would it be and why?
So yeah, right now I work in camera, and I have hopes to move up within the camera department, but there's always other things I think that interest me about the film industry. And post-production is something that I've always enjoyed, like editing and even sound editing.
That's a whole beast in itself though, right?
I know, yeah, it's a whole other world.
Time-consuming.
Yeah. But I enjoy editing, like myself, when I do videos at home and on my own. I really enjoy the editing process and some visual effects and whatnot.
Well, thank you for sharing. Thanks for allowing us onto your truck. And we'll see you guys next week.
Thanks. Bye.